So yeah, wow, we got a bunch of people in here.
Yeah, I've got family in here. What's up, Ricky? Nice to see you. Where you going? Where you at, bro?
Hey, what's up? I'm in India right now.
India? What the heck? Is that where the Marines took you to right now?
Yeah, that's where they got me. That's where they got me right now.
Hey, that's not too bad of a place to be stuck.
It's really not.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. I love it. Happy to have you on here. And we got Michelle. We have Edwin. What's up, man? We were just talking. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you, Nick. I know the majority of your people are here, and it's a pleasure. By the way, I'm sure I'm gonna connect with everybody, family and friends of Nick. Awesome, amazing guy that I happened to meet out here in Cancun through my uncle. I'll let him share the story. But if you aren't Nick or me, if you could please mute yourself for now, that'll be awesome. We're gonna take all questions at the end and go from there. Thanks for being here.
All right, cool. So I'm guessing everybody can hear me. All right, so yeah, my name is Nick. Some of you guys know me. Some of you guys don't. I guess I'll tell you how I know Carlos. So I actually moved down here. Well, I started driving from the United States towards Argentina about 2 years ago in June of 2019. I quit my job. I wanted to go on this epic journey, and that's exactly what I did. Bought a car, built a bed, started traveling. And before I did that, I bought a house in Brooklyn, New York, to rent on Airbnb and um, to generate an income from Airbnb and tenants. So at that point in time, I kind of set myself up to live financially stable enough to kind of do what I wanted to do. And that is kind of like, I guess, what everybody is sort of seeking towards to go to do, right? It's using other people's money to basically do the things that you want to do, and keep your money. So I did that back in 2019, and then I drove all the way down to Belize, and I kind of got stuck there with COVID because COVID was a thing, and it still is. And I ended up just coming back to Cancun because I like to scuba dive, and Cancun is awesome. The water is amazing. Everything here is amazing. And so I got stuck here, and I met a guy named Tony Martinez. I knew I wanted to buy another house. While I was traveling, I started doing a bunch of stock trading, and I made a bunch of money from trading some stocks and like really focusing and honing in on that part of, I guess, just investing. And so at that point, I was looking around and going down to Tulum and partying, and realized like this is a really cool spot to do Airbnbs. I want to buy one. So I ran into this guy, Tony. Tony is a developer here for 17 years. He's one of my best friends now. I've known him for almost a year. And I was at his wedding in April, and he built the house. I ended up purchasing a house down here. I got a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2 pool penthouse in Tulum to rent on Airbnb. I should be closing on it here in the next couple of weeks and having all the furniture built, yada yada. And I went to his wedding, and I ended up meeting. I ended up. Some people are coming in here. I'm just trying to add them. I ended up meeting Carlos. Let me mute this. Okay, I ended up meeting Carlos, and Carlos and I kicked it off, and we started just chatting it up. Carlos owns a couple marketing firms. He's got some servers that he does some marketing stuff for car dealerships back in the United States, and I have some things that I do online that I needed some help with, and I ended up meeting him through Tony, and ever since then we've kind of just been grinding and putting our minds together. The other day we were in Cozumel, and he was talking to me about this Amazon store, and I was like, well, let me get some more information on that. So I kind of want to set up this phone call. Carlos and his buddy are going to go through a lot of this stuff tonight. But before we get started, I kind of told you a little bit about myself, but I also want to set the stage of kind of using debt, whether it be on a credit card, and the difference between having good debt and having bad debt. So we all know, like a credit card, you run up a credit card and maybe you have, like, I don't know, $2,000 in debt. Right now you have to go to work and you have to save enough money and make a monthly payment, and then there's a 20%, or depending on the credit card you have, 16% APR every month, and you're paying more money than what you really paid for. That's called bad debt, right? So if you go and you're going on a vacation, coming down to Cancun, you put it on a credit card, but you don't really have the money, blah blah blah. You're paying more money than what the trip really was. So it took me a long time to understand this, but there's a such thing as good debt, right? So my house in New York, I paid for it and I took a loan out. Well, I still owe like 700 grand on the house, but every single month I'm generating more money than the mortgage, and I'm keeping the change and generating an income from it. I didn't use $770,000 of my own money. I also did the same thing here in Tulum. I took out a loan, I owe money on that, and the money that I will be making from Airbnb will be more money than what I owe each month to the bank or to the credit card or whatever. So it's important to understand this, because what we're going to talk about is how we're going to utilize credit cards to build this Airbnb business, the same way that the Amazon business, the same way that I did with the Airbnb businesses. It's just super important, because I feel like when I was growing up, that when I was a kid, my dad and my parents, they were always involved with what I was doing, and saying like, no, you shouldn't get a credit card, they're dangerous, you're going to spend more money, blah blah blah. Now that I understand the difference between good debt and bad debt, I want as many credit cards as I can, as long as I'm creating some sort of business that's going to generate more money than the money that I spend, right? So we're going to go through that, and you'll see how we're going to utilize credit cards to build this business. I think it's just super important to kind of set the stage right there before we get into it, because there's a big difference between, like, having this bad debt compared to good debt. And then the other thing is, if you're in the WhatsApp group that we sent, that Carlos sent a message to, everybody here, we know everybody. I mean, I don't know everybody in here, but either Carlos knows them or I know you guys. So this isn't a to be honest, like, it's not a sales call to, like, try to sell you something. These are family and friends that I'm close with, that I'm like, yo, if I'm doing this, I want you guys to do it as well. If you're in my private Facebook group as well, you'll see I post all my stocks, I post everything that I do. I share with you, I share with everybody, like, what I'm doing. And when I met Carlos, I wanted to make sure that this was a legit thing, and I'm not going to share with somebody, or someone that is my friend, like, if it's not gonna work out, or my family, right? So it's important for you guys to know that everybody here is friends or family. That's a part of this call right now. It's not like we're trying to just sell you something and be like, all right, yeah. No, I'm in this. Carlos is in this. We're gonna share some of his screens and stuff like that. Um, and then I guess the last thing is, yeah, just I guess we're gonna hold the questions till later, because some of the things we're gonna explain, the question you might have now, it might be answered later on. So I have two things. Sorry, that was me. I was just switching. Are credit cards necessary for this, or can you use cash? All right, so we'll get to these questions. Damien, we'll answer it. So Carlos, maybe you wanna start. And Carlos, I'm gonna interrupt you, because like, as you go through it, because you go through some of the stuff fast, and I want to dumb it down, because there's some questions that I still have as well. So, let's just, if I interrupt you, just
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
absolutely, absolutely, sweet. And if you could let everybody in, I think there's a couple more people hopping on that are
Bro,
asking.
there's tons of people.
And yeah, so with that being said, thanks everybody again for being on. I have family members here. I have really close friends and partners here. So again, this is something that anything we do, as I'm sure you guys also, would do the same. You put your money where your mouth is, and you are a part of that. You get results yourself first before you even point about introducing it. That's how I like to work and operate. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen, and then if everybody can mute themselves, I think it's echoing here. Could you go ahead and let me share my screen?
Are you asking me? I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Click on next to video, there's an arrow. Click on that arrow, and then where it says video settings.
Next to your video?
No, next to yours, where there's like your mute and it says stop video.
Yes.
You see that?
Yeah.
So then you're going to click on that arrow where it says, and it says video settings. Click on that.
Okay.
And then when you go to share screen, it should allow you there, but like allow participants to share screen. If it's not under share screen, it's under video.
Oh, maybe it's under video. Always display participants. Stop my video. Hide. See my stuff.
Or maybe
How do I make you the? How do I make you the? I'm just gonna make you the person.
Okay. Just click on the three dots and then put make host.
Damn, they make this so confusing. Where's the three dots?
It is right where my face is at. There should be a mute and then like a three buttons, or next to my name on the side under participants. You just click more and then make host.
More, make host. All right, my bad. Sorry, I'm not.
All good.
I'm not. I am technically savvy, but I don't know what that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's all good. Technical difficulties, it happens. But anywho, so thanks everybody again for the time, and thank yourselves. I think you're definitely here at the best time you can be. I'm going to log into my Amazon seller account, but while I do that, a bit about myself. I have a marketing agency where we tier towards small and mid-sized companies to generate leads, to grow their business, get attention. And thankfully, we have some really great clients that have allowed me to just have cash flow to diversify. And this is one of the things that since about 3 months ago, it's been working really great for me as an investment. And I know we have some really big hitters here, right? They're invested in real estate, just having some conversations like Rob, this is just going to add more to your streams. I know this might be petty to you, but for a lot of people, having an extra 6-figure stream of revenue passive is pretty awesome, and life-changing, and also predictable. It's consistent. So let me log into my business reports, and everyone should have seen this PDF within the chat as far as what you get, what comes when making the investment into your automated Amazon store. So if we open this up right here, I'm going to zoom in, and this is what you're going to be getting with the stores. You're going to be getting the business setup, right? So just making sure that you have put together all your LLC, EIN, W-9, because at the end of the day, there's two things that are consistent in life, and that's death and taxes. So you want to make sure that you have your corporation set up. You're making sure that you're covering yourself, and at the same time, you're able to grow business credit. So there's many benefits that comes initially with that business setup. They do the winning product research. They upload the products onto your store, as I'm about to show you. They exclusively use their marketing strategy, which is white hat SEO, which means that it's all organic. It's done through keywords. It's done through competitively tracking what products are in high demand that are consumables, which means people purchase again and again, being food, home goods, products, like napkins, for example, food bars, Gatorade. It could be all types of products. And I'm going to show you some of my listings so you can see exactly what you can get an idea of what type of products would be on your store. So you also get the store management with an experienced account manager. They do all the order fulfillment. They do all the price optimization. So you constantly have traffic. You constantly have sales. They do the customer 24/7. So you are put into a Telegram chat that has 4 people. One of them is your main account manager, and they have multiple shifts throughout the day so that they operate 24/7, so that they're able to keep up with the customer service, do the return and handling, because with any e-com business, you're going to get some orders that either go missing, get stolen from somebody's patio, whatever it might be, all the way down to refunds. It's a regular thing, but you have somebody that handles it all for you, so you don't touch it at all. And that's what is so attractive to me and somebody like Nick, is that it's turnkey. So you just have money coming in on autopilot. So as far as what type of projections you can look forward to, this is the projections over the next 6 to 7 months. So first month, and I'm going to line it up with my sales so you can see how accurate that it's been for me personally. And I also have one of my partners who invested at the same time as myself. He's going to share his numbers so you can see just how accurate this is and that you can rely on these projections. So gross sales, let's go over that. Within the first month, between 48,000. Second month, between 8,000 and 12,000. Third month is between 15 to 25,000. Fourth month is between 40 to 55,000. Fifth month is between 70 to 90,000. Sixth month, it goes to 100,000 and beyond, right? And above from that point.
So Carlos, let's back up just a second, just so that they understand. So the gross sales is how much you're selling in total minus the that includes the profit. But the reason why you have to do this slowly is because Amazon has certain protocols in place to say, hey, we're not going to just if someone had $10 million and they want to start a store, they could just go in and just crush the competition and just spend a ton of money and then take over. So Amazon is trying to give everybody a fair chance to say, hey, we need to make sure that you're a well-established business and you're doing this the proper way because it needs to be fair to everyone. So it's a slow ramp up period until you can start buying more. So yeah, the policy compliance. So your account health rating, you're going to be able to manage this. There's different, and this is everything that your team is going to manage. They've been doing this for 7 years. So even before that, right? Daniel's been doing this for 7 years. They have about 225 stores, and now they're just now getting into sharing this with friends and family to having them make money from us as well, and we'll get into that later. But that's the reason why those numbers start out from 4,000 all the way up to 100,000 in 7 months in sales, because it needs to slowly organically grow over time so that your account doesn't get flagged and it doesn't it just is in compliance with Amazon's rules.
Very well put. And so it's all making sure that you have healthy account health. Oh wait, they have some people joining here. Okay, so that you have a healthy account health, that you are within the realm of what Amazon sees as a healthy account. You can't just come in, all guns blazing, because they are control freaks. And I have had conversations with the Amazon support because they will call, and thankfully the team handles all of that for you as well. They have the warehousing, fulfillment, all of that handled. So it isn't through FBA. Some people ask, is it FBA? It's not. We do all the fulfillment, and it's all run by their team. So let's back up a little bit and go into my sales for this month, just so you guys can see from this month.
Let's look at that sheet and just show the profit margin next to the gross first, and then match it to yours.
So profit margins here, you can see that you are on average within this time frame making between 10% to 25% within that 6 month time frame. I will say that mine has actually been sooner. Mine's at 22.69%. I have the numbers pulled up here that your account manager sends to you. So I've actually reached profit margin a lot at higher numbers than this from the second month in.
When did you start?
I started in May. So if we line it up here year to date, my store, I invested in it in May. It got products listed in June. So you can see here the first month of June, as soon as products started to get listed, I made $3,729 in gross sales. My profit margin on that was 23%.
So let's do the math on that. So I'm gonna do that real quick. It's 37.29.58 times point. What was it? 23.8.
22.69%.
22.6. So that's $842 profit off of that 37.29. Do you know how much you spent to make that 37.29 on your card?
Yeah, on my credit card, I ended up paying just shy of $3,000.
Okay, so you spent $3,000 to make $842 in 1 month, and that's your first month.
That's the first month, exactly.
Okay.
And then you can see here the second month, it ramped up and doubled, just as in the projections between 8,000 gross sales to 12,000. It doubled to
this is 8200.57 times, and the profit margin is 22.6.
Yeah.
22.6. So now you made $1,853 in your second month in profit. How much did you spend on your card? Do you know?
That one, I have it pulled up here. Yeah, about 6,800.
So $6,800 in credit
Yeah.
almost made you $2,000 in profit.
Exactly, and that's my second month, which is last month, July, and now we're in the 10th month of 10th of August, which you can see here. My August sales so far are 4,200. So let's say I stay consistent with that for the next 20 days, right? So it's 4,000 each 10 days. I'm on track to making at least 13,000, maybe 14,000 for this month.
And can you pull up the graph? So the third month. Yeah, so that's about 12. Yeah, so 4,200 at the 10th day times 3, because there's 30 days, about 12,600. So it's pretty close to there. Okay.
Yep, exactly. So pretty close, and I'm sure it's going to be ramping up, to actually surprise me and go between that 15,000 and 25,000 range. But that's my personal results. Right now we have Luis. I think Luis is available. Are you there?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yep. I can hear you loud and clear. So I'm going to allow you to share your screen. I'll make sure that everyone has their hands on this PDF here. And I'm going to just let you share your screen so you can walk through your store, Luis, and share your experience and your story.
You know what? I've never actually logged in through my, because I have everything on my phone. I don't know how hard it's going to be for you guys to actually look at my phone.
It should be pretty simple. You're on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look, so do this. I'm going to allow you to, hold on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And then what you can do you see that button where it says share screen at the bottom?
Yeah.
Click that.
It says it's disabled. Host disabled participant from sharing.
Hold on, no, I have to do that. Hold on. General, automatically use tool, remove settings, share screen. Maximize, hold on.
Yeah, I think someone's trying to get in too, so you gotta approve.
So. No, I think everybody's in that. I don't see anybody on there. Hold on. I've done this before. This is so interesting. Let me just back up a little bit into full screen, show my video, blah, blah, blah. Always display participant ID, spotlight, turn on. Okay, 1 second, Luis. But while I'm doing this, why don't you just talk about your experience, and then we'll share your account a little bit.
Sure, man. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. I kind of joined it around the same time that Carlos kind of joined it in. I seen the opportunity and I wanted to go ahead and take it. I had the cash flow for it, so I said, why not? So I took the opportunity. In the beginning is simple, right? So the first thing that you basically do is once the payment is through, you're gonna go ahead and hop on a Zoom call with someone to help you with your set up your Amazon account. They're interested in the Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon. We're gonna go over Walmart at the very, very end, but let's focus on that.
Okay, for the Amazon. So for the Amazon, you'll get on a Zoom call with somebody to basically guide you exactly on how to log into the account, actually create the account correctly. Once that's done, I'd say it takes about 2 to 3 weeks, I guess, to get your store running, because Amazon needs to go ahead and send you a verification code through the mail. Once you get that, you enter it in, you put your card info in, you put all that good stuff in so you can get your account running. Once your account is running, which takes 2 to 3 weeks after the first initial payment, your store starts to go live. For me, when my store started going live, it was the first week was little numbers, right? It was like $20 a day, $50 a day.
Brother, let's show them. Now you should be able to put share screen. Click that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Share it and then log into your Amazon sellers so they can see your back office.
Okay, let me log in first. That way,
go for it.
Let me log in first. I've actually never logged in through the desktop. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Yes, I have.
Yeah.
But to me, it's easier to look at the numbers on the app.
Yeah, and if you're logged in on your phone, you could share your phone screen, but
you can. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's okay. Just you could just log in on your computer if you can.
Yeah.
Or whatever's easier. Just click that link on your phone, and then try this again.
606. Hold on, it's asking me for the code. Enter this code in. Let me sign in. All right, I'm logged in.
Cool, and then share your screen.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me go back to you, share my screen. I'm gonna share this.
And click desktop, yeah.
Share.
And click that, perfect.
All right, so you guys can see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so bear with Carlos. You're kind of new. Where do I go? That way I can kind of look at the whole thing. I've never actually.
Yeah. Here, let me do this. Actually, click yes. I'm gonna control your screen if I could.
Oh, there we go.
Boom. Okay. So let's go to. Go ahead.
Go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll go ahead and continue my story. While you get to look at the. Right, you're already there. Just go ahead.
So from this beginning of this month. Wait, hold on.
What year today? Yeah, because I think we're 6 weeks in right now.
Yep.
Yeah, we started in June. Yeah. So we started in June, like I said. So like the first week, like I said, the first week you'll see kind of orders going like $20 a day, $50 a day. And then it wasn't until the first 2 weeks. So Amazon pays y'all every 2 weeks, right? And I actually didn't know this, but Amazon pays y'all every 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks I got paid out $400 and like something dollars, right? Which was pretty cool. I didn't cover my expenses, but it was cool to see money come back, within the first 2 weeks. Then 2 weeks after that, which would mark a month, I got paid out $1,100. And then 2 weeks after that, which was on August 1st, I got paid out $4,200. I got paid $4,200, and then my 2 months would be August 14th, and I think that one, we're at like 6 or 7,000. I forgot the last time I looked at it. It was like 6 or 7,000 that I'm currently in, and I get cashed out on the 14th, so it's still growing. So that second month should basically almost clear me out on my credit card debt, and I should by the 2 weeks after that, I should be all like pretty much going in all profit after that. And that should mark exactly what I was told, which was, they said around the third month is usually where you make your money back. I tell my people just give it 3 to 6 months, but I know that I was sold 3 months. But I always tell people just to give it a little more. I know me and Carlos reached profit the first month, right, Carlos?
As far as being profitable with the sales, yes.
Yeah, as far as sales wise, not the initial investment, but actual profit wise, we actually made it within the first month. But I still don't tell my people that I bring in the first month because that usually doesn't happen. But we did it, and it's definitely capable. It's I always say 2 to 3 months, give it a little time so that you can see. But as of now, the status quo for my store, I'm hitting at least $500 a day minimum. Yesterday I did like close to like $1,100
in gross
that was
sales.
yesterday.
In gross sales or in profit? That's in gross sales, right?
Yeah, and
so
gross
out
sales.
of that, you're keeping about. So you're doing $500 a day, and then you're keeping about 23% of that. So 500 times 0.23, you're making $115 a day, and that's times 30. That's about right now $3,500 profit per month in your going into your third month.
Yeah. So after the third month, it should So right now, yeah. So right now we're averaging like 15,000 in a month in sales, right? And it's supposed to scale up to 25,000. So we're not even scaled to where we have to be. We're like halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we're like at $15,000. My average is 15,000 the last 30 days. And we're not scaled where it needs to be yet. So we're halfway there. Like I said, we're 6 weeks going on 2 months in, which is exactly where I was told from the beginning. So we're halfway there, or more than halfway, right? It's 25,000 supposed to be 25,000 plus. So we're a little bit more than halfway, and things are actually looking pretty good on my end. Like I said, I should see the first big paycheck, and I should be on the 14th. Should be like the first one to clear my whole credit card debt. One of the things that I do advise people to do, if whoever is joining, is you make sure that your credit limit is on point. Because if your credit limit is not on point and your credit limit is low or it's not where it needs to be, it will. There's nothing wrong with it, but it will slow the process down as far as making your profits where you need to be. Right. So like my with the card that I have to this one, and my credit limit was only $10,800, right? But I had to put more money in there because I didn't want to stop the flow. There's so much sales going on, and I didn't want to stop the flow. So I want to go ahead and put more money in there so that I won't stop the flow. If I would have just said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and just not put any money in and just go ahead and just kind of like wait till I get paid out, use that to cash my credit card out and keep going, I wouldn't be where I am right now. There's just so much sales going on. Your credit card has to be able to keep up with the sales. You can either do two options. You can either wait till you get paid out by Amazon and then continue. However, that may take, it will take longer. Or you can just, make sure your credit card is always available to purchase. Or unless you have a credit limit that's just a lot higher than, than the 10,000.
And you can have multiple credit cards added too.
That is correct. I confirmed. I did confirm it because I have a couple clients that they don't have the full 10,000 on one card. They have like one that's 3,000, one that's 5,000 and whatnot. So I did confirm, and yes, you can use more than one credit card. Another beautiful thing that I've actually I kind of came up on my own is depending on which card you use. I have a really good card. And I get points on it. So I'm making 15,000 purchase a month on my credit card. I make well over $300 a month on points, and there's no cap on my card. So if I want to, I can either keep those three, my bonus points just keep adding up. So I'm making 300 a day right now, 300 a month, just like because of my credit card points that I'm getting. So depending on which credit card you have, whether you get back a penny per dollar or 2 pennies per dollar, 3 pennies per dollar, I think Chase goes up to like even 5 cents a dollar on Amazon. So it depends on what card you have. You can even get you can even make money off of your card alone.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was a big plus that I was never told on that. They didn't tell me that, like, hey, you're also going to be accumulating points. This is something that I've seen. Like when I get my statements in, I go ahead and I see there's $300 in there. So as of now, I'm just kind of keeping it in there to kind of see how high it can get. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it yet. I'm thinking of just kind of like that's basically money that I wasn't told I was going to get. So to me, it's like free investment. $300 a month. That's it's pretty good to me. It's like it's a bill somewhere in someone's household. It's an easy bill.
100%. 100%. Yep. Thank you for sharing the screen there. I'm going to take it off. But that is Luis's story. And real quickly before Daniel comes on, I want Daniel. He's the guy who plugged us in. He set up a store for his mom. He set up a store for his wife. He set up a store also for his, I believe, cousin or niece, something along those lines. But he's a family man, set up multiple stores. He's the one that introduced me. And all these questions that everybody's asking, feel free to hold on to them as soon as Daniel's here, because he's also going to go over this. And I'm just going to touch it lightly. If you will allow, Nick, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, that's me. Okay.
No, you're the host now.
Okay, cool. So this is the Walmart store. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can see that my girlfriend just got her Walmart store. She just went through the whole application process and she's setting this one up. I'm also going half with Nick and we're setting up a store for ourselves as well. before the prices go up. Again, this is something that even if I wanted to give it to my grandma, like we don't have control over the prices, and you'll see exactly why in a bit once Daniel comes on and shares how the company's going public, and we've been private and just taking on private investors, and just with word of mouth have grown to over 300 Amazon accounts to make it possible. He's texting me right now. Hop on. Okay, cool. So real quickly, same thing, you get the whole business set up. It takes about a month and a half to get your Walmart store up and rolling. That's the only difference. Walmart wants to make sure you're credible. It implies getting your DUNS number and setting up your net accounts, which is just business credit. DUNS, if you look up DUNS in Bradford, it's just a way where people keep track which companies are official. Walmart only wants to work with official platforms. So we help you through that process. It takes a little bit longer, as I just mentioned, about instead of 2 to 3 weeks to start selling like on Amazon, it takes more like 4 to 5 weeks, even 6 weeks on average. So that's the only difference. The price here says 13.5. It's actually 15,000. It's been 15,000 since the last 2 weeks. Again, we can't play with that.
I was just about to tell you that too.
Yeah, no. So I mean, everybody that has been, working on it, or you just invested in one too, Luis. So he's getting his Walmart. It's just a great investment, because if we look into it, the gross sales, again, you have a similar pace of growth, but the profit margins, we're talking way higher. We're talking you're starting off at 20%, within 3 months down the line, closer to 28%, and then 6 months down the line, between 30 to 40% profit margins. So imagine, out of 40,000, you're keeping 25%. That is 10 grand right there. That's about 4 to 5 months in. So Walmart, bigger initial investment. You will again need credit, whether it's personal or business credit. And you have higher profit margins. Again, with both of these options, it's a 60-40 split. You might be asking, why would they do this? What's the incentive? Well, imagine running over 300 accounts. They're all doing 6 or multiple 6 figures, and you're keeping 40% of net profits. That's their incentive for why they are listing the products for you, doing the white hat SEO marketing for you, making sure that all the customer satisfaction is there and that your account health is there, because they're also winning from the transaction as well. And that's what is available here to everybody. It's a win-win investment that honestly is, all I can say is I wish and I pray that everyone makes a great investment decisions in their everyday life and everything that they do. But this one, as far as like what you get to see for the initial investment and the time frame of when you get your investment back, is pretty incredible. And so with that being said, I have Daniel hopping on right now. So we're going to open it up to questions, and just feel free to put it in the chat or message me directly. But Daniel, what's up, brother? Can you hear me?
I can. How are you guys?
Good.
We have quite a
Awesome.
few people on the call. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Yes, sir. So we just Luis and I walked through our Amazon stores. We shared our results, our numbers, how we've been on track with the projections that everyone will have access to. If you need that file, just let me know. But then we just lightly tapped Walmart and why that is a better investment if the liquidity is there, if the capital is there for everybody, and the credit, and if you're okay with the time frame. I mentioned it's a little bit longer of a process, but I wanted you to hop on and kind of handle most of the main questions here. Everyone has already, been talking about this. These are all friends and family, Daniel. So I have my cousin here, my mom, awesome. My uncle. We have Nick, his cousins and friends and family, and these are all really close people to us. So questions. I'm just going to start pulling it up here. Again, feel free to put it in public or private chat, however you want to do it. But so they're saying, so after the 12 months, does the account stop there? Does the management stop there? Because on the PDF, all it shows is, up to those 12 months. Or do you guys continuously manage it? And how does that work?
No, 100%. We continuously manage it. As far as your guys' store and the life, and then what you guys are, obviously everybody's main question is this always going to be a forever thing? Our company made this company and made this system so that we could also be in business, so that we could also create jobs and help families and feed families as well. So this is something that, as long as you guys have a store with us, we will be actually working it 24/7 all year round. For any reason, let's say risk management wise, right? What we're always worried about. Let's say worst case scenario, our company for some reason shut down. We have over 500 stores, just United States alone, North America. We've been doing great numbers this past few months in South America as well. However, if something randomly did happen like that, you guys are not in a bad spot because you have a store that's generating revenue. You guys will have a store that is worth some type of value. So even at worst case scenario, there's not a worst case scenario here. And our team is not setting you guys up for failure. We set up a system so that you guys actually have legitimate business. Like I said, as long as we're feeding our families and same thing on your guys' end, it's always going to be up and running. We have major amounts of employees all around the world, not just here, but also in Hong Kong and in Spain. We have students that have done millions and millions in e-commerce. So that's what I mean by saying that we have a pretty big team with a lot of experience there. But we're doing great numbers and we're here to stay. We want to definitely be in business, right? So that's where our business relies on is actually automating your business. Otherwise, we don't really have much of a business.
Yep, exactly. And real quick, sorry to chime in here. What is the name of the business? I have the company name. Someone is asking.
Amazopify US. So Amazopify is a global company. We have clients in Spain. We have clients in Hong Kong. We have clients in Europe. We have clients in Bangladesh. We have clients here now. I was in charge of North America and South America. So this is something that's why we've kind of made up a separate type of group of people here that are starting out with us to go public, which are Carlos and his other friends and some of our other affiliates that have joined on, because we are actually expanding here to the US and we're expanding pretty fast. So that's kind of why we're here in North America and South America. It is a global opportunity. Amazon's all around the world, and so is Walmart. This is something that we like to look at. As long as Walmart and Amazon's in business, we're in business. And when I say we, I mean our clients and us. I look at our clients as a team as well, as a part of that A through Z process. It's not like we just provide a platform for service and we're just handling problems every day, but we really see each other as a team. That's because you guys have stores that are operating. You guys are also working with us hand in hand. So this is something that goes across the board for anybody that's wanting to make automated income and stay in the game, work at the highest level, right? E-commerce is a global industry, bringing multi millions, if not billions, in to the United States of America alone. So doing great opportunity for Mexico. It's a great opportunity for Hong Kong, including Spain. And that's where we're at. But yeah, as long as Walmart, Amazon's in business, hey, we're in business. Like I said, once again, we as in us and our clients.
I love that. And another question here. So they're curious about saturation and if there are any 5 or 6 month old businesses that you have transparency of performance. And that's one question. I guess we'll let you start with that one and I'll dig into the next one he put in here.
Yeah, definitely. We've had clients in stores open for over 2 years. So some of the 500 that I've named here in North America, aside from what we're gaining in South America, have been open for well over 1.5 years now, including 2 years. So we definitely have clientele basis that have been with us for the long term, that have started with us, that have started our journey with us, and those clients are getting the maximum reward. They've been in the game the longest, so they've had a lot of time to increase those sales. As far as what was the other question? So I want to answer.
So the other question is, do we get to select from a group of products to distribute, or are they selected for us?
No, they're selected for you guys. So this is kind of what the numbers that you guys are seeing are based off the experience and the products that we know are going to sell. Now we have guys that are actually looking at what's selling, what's not selling. We have a lot of market share in Amazon and Walmart alone. Our company does. A lot of that is our clients. And as far as saturation, to answer directly with you guys, saturation is something that you worry about when it's a mergers and acquisitions play. Let's say Amazon and Walmart are about to start working together on one online platform. Then we can start worrying about saturation. As far as numbers wise and like value compensation and profit, Amazon does have a lot more competition, just like any business world does. However, you're still making anywhere on 9K average to 15K average. And in the high ends, my clients in the month of May had made $27,000 profit. And that wasn't just one, that was across the board. We have people making $30,000 profit plus. And this is profit, guys. So this is something that it's a very well-known thing. It's something that becomes common when you guys get into this industry. We know that and not everybody's involved in e-commerce, and it's not something that has been offered to the public at such a low price. Our price it's more than comparable. It's unbeatable. And the reason why we're doing that is because we haven't gone public and we're not charging arm and leg, and a few toes. to you guys to actually get in the game. What we want to do is provide equal access and opportunity to bring that in. It's not just for, your higher standard or your people with, over $150,000 worth of salary. This is somebody making $60K a year that can actually get in and now start producing $150,000 to $180,000 of salary on autopilot. And that's because Amazon and Walmart allow you to do so. So it is a great opportunity. The products, and also to revisit the question before as far as picking the products for you guys. Yes, we work with products that we know are going to sell. So the numbers that we're seeing on this PDF file that I know Nick and Carlos has sent out, these are numbers based off of what we know is going to sell and what our team has been doing for across the board with 500 stores plus. And we know that these products are going to sell. So if you guys have products of your own e-commerce store, you want to add those, that's fine. We can't guarantee you the same kind of numbers that our products are going to be making on yours, because it's sometimes an invention or it's sometimes a product we don't know of. What we know what works is that people go to Walmart because when they're ready to shop, right? Their audience base is a little bit different than Amazon. People go to Amazon when they're shopping for something cheap. But if I'm going to Walmart buying home goods, right? So that's kind of what we're in the market to do. We find what sells. We know what's going to work. We have marketers that actually are paying attention across the board to all of our stores to make sure we're not mixing and matching. And you're not competing against each other. That's not how it works. Every time we pick your products for you, we pick a separate monthly supply of products that we know is going to sell for you guys. And that's how we do it. We switch it up every month. So all of our clients are never really competing with each other. There's too much space for that, guys. It's something that, if Jeff Bezos moves in on a plane, that affects stocks in some way, that affects sales. We're worried about mergers and acquisitions. We're worried about sales and things of that nature. But on this end, no, we're doing what works, and that's what's going to consistently work for us. So that's what we like doing.
Yep, awesome. And that answered a couple questions there as far as how they're not able to compete against each other. I love that. And as far as by going public, someone is asking, what do you mean by going public? And I guess that's a good question right there.
That's a beautiful question.
How that affect everybody's stores?
Yeah, so I don't mean by public by going an IPO. I don't mean that at all. That is yet to come. I see that more of a mergers and acquisitions play once again. Once we start owning a little bit larger part of market share, that's something that we're looking into with a lot of funds, because we're generating so much revenue, on Amazon and Walmart's platform, and we have so many other e-commerce stores, that we're a part of. So eventually in the near future, maybe in the next, year and a half, 2 years, we could possibly talk to a few SBAs, some type of SPACs that are looking to invest in acquisitions in the market. But as of right now, going public to us means actually offering this to the public and, having a full-on for you service, an automated service, have a whole bunch of agents up, phone calls. You guys won't be getting private assistance from our affiliates like you're getting from just Carlos. Carlos will still be, have affiliates under him. He's obviously the director of marketing for our company. He's been doing wonders for our company. And I know, as all you guys know, he's great at marketing. So on that hand, as far as our affiliates go, we're not going to just be offering what we're doing through our affiliates. Right now, we're offering unbeatable prices because it was private. And the reason why we were private is because my partner and I, when we first got in the game, we were working on private clients around the world. We would set up businesses for them in this country. If they would be from out of country, Japan or Hong Kong or Bangladesh or Pakistan or Spain, we would set them up a company. We would get them a line of credit in some sort of way with their business, where they're actually able to use it and generate revenue in America. And they're able to send it over international banking, which is a thing. TransferWise, Payoneer.com. These are different, services that offer international banking services. And that's how we're able to actually work internationally. We offer this internationally. It is a global e-commerce type of business. It's not just Amazon and Walmart. However, as far as going public, we're going to be raising our prices because we know we've been in the market to make sure we were able to grab market share and help a lot of people get past the stigma of what drop shipping and what e-commerce really is. There was a stigma because Shopify had kind of died down. Trump had raised the tariffs and taxes. Now we can't even find products on AliExpress or Alibaba that ship to the United States. And that's because a lot of those vendors are now on Amazon themselves. So we can't just buy products from Alibaba now and compete and make our own Amazon store, because those vendors that people were buying those stuff from in Alibaba or AliExpress are now on Amazon, and they're your competitors at the highest level. They're the manufacturers themselves. So What we want to do is go public. We want to offer this to everybody. Our strategy is working. We're in states. We're in North America and South America as what I've added to the company as of now. And we're international. And yeah, we will be going public and offering and raising prices. People will have a website, agents, public agents they can talk to. A more streamlined process for customer support. Right now, you have a 24/7 manager that alternates with two different people, so they're always doing 12-hour shifts. So you always have access to them. Eventually, it'll be just for a call service. You can eventually just call as well, like you're calling a local front office and things like that as well. We will be raising prices. We will be offering more affiliate protocols as well for different companies to integrate this in the platform. We have a lot of firms. We have a lot of banks and institutions, right, that are actually wanting to generate e-commerce as a revenue. And so they are wanting to sign on board with this to offer this to their clients at the highest level. People that have been banking with JP Morgan for 20 plus years, that own their own private equity firms, or they're involved in some type of funds, they are wanting to offer this to the clients. So yeah, we're definitely be going public soon.
Sweet. And just out of sake of time, like we're only going to take 3 more questions, and I feel these are the best ones anyways, the last ones too.
Of course.
And I know, Daniel, you're busy as well. You had to step out, so I appreciate that.
Of course.
So let's go through this question right here. Who is running the operations and optimizing the stores for us?
So we have managers. We have 24 people right now in total. We have store account and managers that have been doing e-commerce for over 10 years of experience. So this is our qualified team that has been building this company for over 2 years now. We've only hired people with 10 years more experience. I actually come from a healthcare background. And when I'm hiring DONs, which we call director of nursing, these people have had to, have a nursing type of experience base of 10 years or more. So I go by a 10-year basis of expertise. We have a wealth of knowledge. We've hired very good account managers. Those are the people that are actually getting you approved and working with you to get your store on board and get your products up to date.
I love it. And then right here, another question. If someone doesn't have a line of credit, can you use cash, just pure liquidity, or what would that look like?
Of course. So the guys, this is a question I get asked all the time, and I love hearing these questions. First and foremost, about the using cash and credit. This is what I like to provide, right? I do business credit and funding. So we always offer this to clients. If you don't have credit, if you'd like to get credit started, we can offer that too. But however, it doesn't have to slow you down. If you have under a 10K limit, you can still start your store, generate profit. After your first 90 days, you should be reaching profit. But in your first month or 2 months, you'll see profit. We just tell our clients within the first 90 days. There are protocols of that. We like working alongside Amazon and Walmart's algorithm. We don't like blasting sales or putting your store in a position where it could get flagged. And that's why our team has to be so experienced, because we know what we're doing, and that's why it works. But however, as far as using your cash and credit, you could have a debit card with money on file. How this works, guys, when somebody goes to Amazon.com or Walmart.com and they purchase something, let's say I'm going to go and I'm going to buy something for my living room lamp. If I purchase it, that store that you bought it from has money sitting on their dashboard. And I'm talking about that store as in you. You guys as clients will have a dashboard on Amazon, and you'll see money that has been given to you. And now you actually owe a client. So what our team is doing is purchasing these clients for you using your card on file from our warehouses, our 12 warehouses we have across the states. And or we use products from other third-party vendors, even Walmart, Amazon's own platform sometimes themselves. We sell Walmart products sometimes. We see out-of-stock products on Amazon we can't find anywhere else. Sometimes Walmart has it. We're able to quickly source that product and put it on Amazon for you. So what we're doing is actually that card on file always has to be up to date. I like telling my clients, use the bank's money because it's low risk. You're not putting up so much overhead. And that's the best way to start a business. It's less risk, it's less liability. However, if you do have cash, you don't have credit, you don't want to wait, you don't want to go through the service, that's fine. We can tell you to use your debit card. A recommendation is credit, at least a 10K credit limit or higher. And if you have anything under that, once again, no need to worry. You can still start your store and get started. However, you'd put your money on your debit card. Now, all the money that's showing up on your guys' Amazon dashboard, we can set it up to where it's automatically going to your bank account. And, that bank account would be the debit card that's on file. So it's always getting paid back on time. Or you would have to be in charge. You would have to pay attention that, hey, I have a 10K limit of credit or money of straight cash on a debit card available. I've seen that I've already used, this much you guys have already used. I've been alerted. My debit card's not being able to purchase any more products. It would kind of be up to you to make sure you're paying that on time. So we do have We do have a way, our team's staying up to date on how much your credit limit is. Our team is aware before you are. We usually reach out. I know Carlos is actually, Luis had that experience before. We were able to let him know, and he was able to quickly identify it. So we're always up to date because it's our job too, right? It's our job when we get up, when we go to bed. It's our job. That's how our people are making money. And so they're paying attention to it all the time. We have softwares, all sorts of management type of applications that help us, but we will stay up to date. And if we see something that's not letting us, we will quickly let you know to identify it so you guys can call your banks and make sure you're paying it on time. Once again, let me highlight the fact that we can make it automatic. So all the money we're seeing on our Amazon dashboard for all these clients purchasing products, it can be automatically submitted to a bank account that's on file on your Amazon account. So if you guys have a bank account, that we put on file, it can be automatically transferred every month. That Amazon will do that for you.
Yep. Okay, perfect. And I know I'm speeding through these questions, and thank you for that. So next question, and I'm going to kind of squeeze this into one. So taxes, right? How are you getting taxed on the gross sales, etc.? How does that work? And then lastly, if I already have an Amazon store, will that affect me creating a new store? I thought this was an important question to have in here.
So
go ahead.
Yeah, taxes, and if you already have an existing account, those are beautiful questions. So first off, taxes is something with Amazon that always does. They actually provide sales sheets. We are not using Shopify. So the traditional method, guys, for e-commerce was this website called Shopify.com. Shopify.com was allowing homeowners, just regular day average citizens, to actually go on and start their own website and take products from different areas and post it on their website in order for clients to come and buy. So they also had platforms for where you could put your numbers and things like that. On Amazon and Walmart, it's not really built like that. So Amazon and Walmart have sales sheets that you can download from your actual store when you get started to show as a representation what's been sold in your store. However, in the back end, we're making sales reports per transaction. So every transaction that's done with your card, we have recorded with a product identification number for the product specifically that was bought with your card on file. Next to that product ID number, there's the shipping information, how much shipping was. There was how much the cost of good was right next to that. And on the right side of that, it shows you how much profit you made from that sale and that transaction ID number. So what you're able to do with this sheet that we send out every month to you guys when we're collecting invoices, when we're telling you guys to send the 40%, we're sending you the sales sheet with the product ID number. You can always match it to your bank. You can talk to your bank agent and say, hey, I just want you to verify these transactions. You're able to click those product ID numbers. It takes you directly to the website, to the product that we use to buy with your credit card. Your bank can always verify those transactions that way. And you can always take that sales sheet and give it to your bank or whoever does your taxes. So your taxes are always handled by two ways. Amazon and Walmart will provide a downloadable PDF and or file that shows a representation of what's been done on your store. And in the back end, we're sending you a sales sheet to verify these transactions so you can know, hey, how we're using your card, what we used it on, and what time we use it on. You can verify with your bank for that product ID number. And we have a list of that. We send that out every month, so you guys are up to date with that. And the other question, I think, was if you already have an existing account. So if you have an existing account, what we would like to do is see where your store health is on your account. So I'm going to explain this a little bit further, and I'm going to wrap that right back around to answering this question in direct form. But what goes on is that Amazon and Walmart are very anal about how people are joining their platform and who's actually joining their platform. Sometimes when you're blasting sales, you're just boosting a whole bunch of products on your store, they'll flag your account. So we don't do that. That's why we tell our clients for the first 90 days, we're working with Amazon Walmart's algorithm. That's why our clients still see great numbers and great profit margins within their first, second month, or third month, because we know what we're doing. And what we're doing is we're meeting requirements that Amazon and Walmart require you to hit while you're making these sales. Sometimes they'll say, we want a 97 positive feedback from your store or from your clients that are purchasing products from your store. We reach those numbers. So those numbers are found on your account dashboard. If you guys have a Amazon account already, just go ahead and look at that Amazon account and try to see if you already have good store health, and we can continue with that store. If not, we can make you and create you a new LLC and change the information on your existing account to a new LLC and start fresh and new if you already have an existing account. So it still works. We would like to use that store if possible. If not, we can make you a new one. I do
Awesome.
hope I was able to answer those questions. I did want to answer them thorough as possible. I know I was kind of talking for a little bit more than expected, but I try to get on here as quick as possible and answer anything I could. If you guys do have any more questions or concerns, please reach out to our boy here, Carlos. And Carlos, is there anything else that you?
That's it, man. I know there's like a leak of output of questions here, but any other ones we'll finalize privately. And thank you for the time. I know you have a busy day, so I appreciate it. And it's right on the 8:30, 7:30 for you, so I know you got to bounce, but I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time, Carlos. You guys have a blessed day, and I hope to see you guys soon. Let's start making automated income, guys, and bring that money home and provide this opportunity for every other friend and family that we can.
Yeah, I love it.
You guys have a beautiful day. Take care.
All right, thanks for everything, guys. So real quick, Abraham, yeah, feel free to bounce whenever. I'm just going to end it with this. So Amazon is $12,500, and that could be done with a wire directly or invoice. So whether it's cash, whether it's credit, same with Walmart. Again, you got to have a credit card ready once you do get your store live. That you got to have that limit that he mentioned. You're going to have an account manager. You're going to set up 2 calls, one with your account manager, one with your legal rep, just to help you put all your right business information. And if you don't have one, they're going to help you set it up. So pretty simple process. Last question, just that I figured, Nick wanted me to bring up is as far as getting funded. Say you don't have that opportunity right now, you don't have that liquid, and you may run into paying the $25,000 for the store, for the Walmart store in the future, whether it's Amazon or Walmart. We do have a way to get you funded for 0% APR for 14 to 21 months, between 50,000 or 100,000. And that just depends, you walk through a form, you have someone reach out to you, you do have to qualify and have at least a decent credit, but you are able to get funded. And again, even with that route, you're going to see your ROI within a year. You pay it off, you're at 0% interest for 14 to 21 months. And that's pretty awesome. So if you want that link in the WhatsApp group, just send me, just say, hey, credit line. Like I mentioned, that takes time. So you would probably come in investing at the 25,000 for Amazon and 30,000 for Walmart, but you are able to get funded at 0% interest, 14 to 21 months. And so that's a pretty great deal. Just let us know if you want to go that route. And then, August 14th is the cutoff. If you got to wire around money, do that. It's definitely a timely manner. And then just feel free to reach out to me or Nick for any of the questions. But that's it for me, Nick. I'm about to have to bounce too. Do you want to say any last regards?
I think the last thing that I would say is that if you do, the thing is for the 12,500, that's the startup fee, right? So the best way, like what I did, was I have a credit card for the first year is 0% APR. This way I can pay the 12,500, which I did. And then I paid another $500. Andrew just texted me right now, and my LLC got approved so I have a full business now in the state of California. And I have my EIN number and everything. That took about a week. I got all the paperwork tonight. But so basically 13,000 after the LLC is created, but I put it all on the credit card and it's all 0% APR. So now I have basically $13,000 that I got to use for free to set this up. And in 2-3 months, I will be able to pay off that entire credit card. And then every single sale from there is going to be the profit that, Luis and you showed me. So if you do decide to do this, I would suggest doing it with a 0% APR credit card. That way you're not paying the 16 to 20%, interest for the first 2 months. That's like $2,500 a month just for doing that. You could, because you're going to make the money back later, but I mean, that's $5,000 if, you could do that. But and then the other option is, if you send us the in the group chat, Carlos can send you the link for the $50,000 to $100,000 credit, lender. But the thing is that you will have to qualify for that. So hopefully you have good credit, that they're gonna run your credit score. It's like a regular bank, so they're gonna make sure that you have good credit. But no, other than that, I'm okay. This is something I said in the beginning, this is something that I'm already involved in. Carlos and his girlfriend are already doing. They have an Amazon store and a Walmart store. Me and Carlos are actually going to split a Walmart store. If you have a friend that maybe has another credit card, you could do that with a friend. It's possible to link up with a couple people, and then go from there. So I'm super excited that this many people showed up tonight. I want to thank everybody for taking the time for joining. And I have my private Facebook group. Some of you guys came through from there. Some of you guys are friends with Carlos, but you know, just shoot us a message in this group text. We'll keep that going. There's no reason as to why we shouldn't keep that going.
Yeah.
So in the WhatsApp group text. So I thank everybody, and I hope that you guys have a good night. And feel free to reach out to me or Carlos in the group chat, and we'll go from there.
All right. Yep. Thank you, Nick, for putting this together.
Yeah,
Ricardo, my family, Abraham, my uncle, Pedro, my partner, Juan, my partner, Rob, also my partner. We're about to get you that real estate out in Tulum, so that's going to be lit. Ryan, Harold, everybody, Michelle, Edgar, Shamus. I got to learn how to say your name. But pleasure to have you on. Anthony, Damien, Sarah, Carlos, family, friend. Pleasure to have you on. Emma. So yeah, 5 days until the prices go up. And then anything else moving forward, feel free to just send us a message. If you're ready to go, just let us know right away in the chat and we'll get that going. Thank you everybody for the time, and we'll be in touch.
peace.